Good morning. Welcome back. Yesterday you were working on the study guide and trying to finish that up. So as you are going to correct the study guide today, please take the time and put in the correct answer. For those of you who are sitting back, not doing the study guide and waiting till I give you the answers right today, I have gone through and I've looked at the study guides prior to class time, and I've in my grade book here, I've already marked down that you didn't do it, so it's going to be marked down because you just didn't do it. Those of you that are just filling it in just because you didn't finish it, you're not going to get full credit for this assignment. So just so you're aware about that. I know that most of you are you're doing the assignment and you're correcting it and you're changing things here or there. But those of you that are just sitting back not doing it, and there's probably only about 2 or 3 in each room that are, maybe 4 in each room that are doing that. Just so you're aware, I know that you're not doing the work and then you're just kind of filling in the answers. To me, I'll knock you down a little bit here or there because of that. Just do your job, right? I think that's just the right thing that everybody needs to do. So it is the right thing. So anyway, let's take a look at your agenda for today. Today, you are going to correct the study guide. Hopefully not just fill in the study guide, but you're going to correct that. And then you are going to go through and fill out your video vocab worksheet, where I give you a link, you watch the video, you define the word, you put a picture in that deals with that word, and then you write down just 2 things that you saw or you heard in that video. And I'll talk more about that when we get there. So as far as the study guide, make sure you open up your Chromebook, get that out, ready to correct, not just fill in. And that's not what you need. I think it is this one right here. Yes, that's what I was looking for. So it is right here. So the first question, earthquakes produce seismic waves. Those seismic waves travel through the earth. Now if you put down travels through solid liquids and gases, that's true, but remember, only some of the types of waves travel through liquids and gases, just the primary waves. The secondary waves don't do that. Secondary waves can only travel through solids. Where are most earthquakes dangerous, or where are they the most dangerous? Near where people live, in cities, populated areas. Most injuries occur from falling things and from fires. They don't fall into the opening in the ground where an earthquake occurs, because that rarely does happen. Most people get hurt from falling debris. As far as these word magnets, these are just suggestions. Aftershocks, they do follow earthquakes. They are smaller. They are less powerful. They cause less damage. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Sorry, let me correct that one. They could cause more damage, because if you remember, aftershocks happen after the initial earthquake has damaged the building. The aftershock comes, and now that the building is damaged, it's weaker and it can fall apart easier. Liquefaction deals with the ground acting like a liquid. When liquefaction occurs, things can kind of sink. So if you Google search liquefaction and you do a video search with that, some of the videos are kind of cool. I was watching one where a lady had a group of people on the shoreline of an ocean, and all they did was they stood along the shore and they started in the wet sand. They started just hopping on the ground, stomping their feet, and eventually that ground became so liquidy that the leader of the group was about just a little over her knees deep in the sand because it started to go through liquefaction. But it was kind of cool. So what makes tsunamis dangerous? They travel fast. There can be more than one wave. It can be one wave and then another right after it. They're really hard to notice in the deep water. You don't necessarily notice it until it hits the shore. Now remember that story about the little girl that saved dozens, hundreds of lives in Indonesia or India, or I think it was in India or Sri Lanka. She's noticed that the water was pulling back from the ocean, pulling out into the ocean like it was draining. It looked like. Well, all that was that water was pulling back and fueling that tsunami. And she told everybody to get off the beach. And people that listened to her did. People that did not leave the beach, and they lost lives. So that's why tsunamis can be dangerous. You would probably put an X on the map somewhere here, or maybe down in Texas, or maybe down in Florida. Those were areas that were not very much in danger. And then the other areas, the question was, why are the areas at most risk so close together? Well, these are all in areas where there are fault lines. These are areas that have lots of people. That's a greater risk. And then the last question basically says, what can you do to buildings? You can make sure that the walls and foundations are firmly connected with cross bracing or shear walls. If you put that in there, that would be great. Base isolators. What do? They help absorb the ground movement in the springs. The springs that they put underneath these buildings help absorb the energy. So please take a moment, add, correct, and then turn in this assignment. Now when we get to your assignment with your vocab, video vocab, it looks just like the other ones. I've just added some more words to it, or I've just added different words to it. So with that being said, the first word is aftershocks. And remember, you put the definition right here in the box that says definition. You click on the video, you watch the video. In this box underneath the definition, that's where I want you to insert an image. Insert an image of something that deals with aftershocks. Again, quick Google search, insert image from web, and if you just type in aftershock, you can get some images. Now, not everything is perfect. You can use this image. For example, you did insert it. Now, does it fit exactly where it wanted to go? If I wanted to, I probably should have put it in the box, but I'm going to delete that one. I didn't put it in the right spot. That wasn't it. So that's where it's going to go, though. And then just two things that you learned in that video. Just two things. Two things that you saw, two things that you heard, any two things. This is the part that a lot of people skip. And you get 50% of the score on this. It really just takes a minute or two per video to watch and to pull two things. I saw this, I saw that. Now try to stay away from things like, and people have done this, things that you saw or things that you learned it was cool. I saw cool things. Try to avoid those things. That's not really specific. Be more specific pertaining to the video. You got liquefaction, tsunami, Richter scale, second page. A lot of people skip that second page. Moment magnitude scale, seismic gap, cross bracing, Notice I put in the image right here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to put it right here, maybe. Nope. I took it out. So you have to do that yourself. So undo, 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 redo. But you can see the image with cross bracing, things that you learned, base isolators, and shear walls, dealing with just construction. And I think I spelled it wrong. I think it's so that is your assignment. You have the rest of the class period. It looks like you got about 30, 35 minutes or so. Definitely possible to get this done. When you turn this assignment in, the next time that we meet, the code word for this assignment, when you turn this assignment in, is going to be video. The code word is going to be video. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. I'll try to answer it as quickly as I can. If not, have fun working on this.